What's up YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. Today we are taking a first impressions or a first look at the MEEPO NLS belt. Now I've been running this board for about a week now and I'm really enjoying it. It's well made, it's well thought out, has some really cool benefits, a couple of opportunities as well. So let's dive in and let's take a look. So the NLS belt has been out for a little while now. We know NLS stands for Next Level Skateboard from MEEPO. They've been doing the NLS range now for probably over a year, I think. This is my second MEEPO that I have looked at. First one being the Mini 2 ER, which I really enjoyed. It's just a little bit heavy. They have really upped the game with this one. The fine tuning, the attention to detail is much greater than it used to be on previous boards. Everything's clean, tidy, wrapped nicely. It's quite a nice finish. Now let's start off with talking about the deck. It's a really nice board to ride. It's 8 layers maple, 2 layers fiberglass, and it gives a really nice rebound when you ride. It has a really nice flex to it. It's certainly nothing like the G3, but it's also not stiff like, say, the X-Way, or even like the Swift, which I just rode, which is stiff for a reason. It's a very, very fast board. This has a really nice rebound. As you can see here, it goes over bumps beautifully. Moving on to the enclosures. In the enclosures, you've got, down here, you've got the Lingy 6.5, which isn't a bad ESC. You know, if you've watched my previous videos, I just don't like Lingy at all. I just think they're underpowered, the technology is low, and it just doesn't seem to deliver much in the way of performance. That said, the 6.5 that they're using and other boards are starting to use now is a lot better than it used to be. It's black and white. It's so much better. But it's still a Lingy, and we'll talk about that towards the end of the video when we talk about the SWOT analysis, the strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. In the battery enclosure, it's got a 12S2P configuration made up of Samsung 40T cells, and that gives really good range. They quote between 18 to 20 miles, so about 30 kilometers. We'll definitely put that to the test when we hit the road. Now, the riding experience is really nice, it's pleasurable. No funny noises, no rattles. Ground riding is the way it travels is just really nice. I did see on another guy's review that there was a rattling sound coming from this area. These being CNC alloy, I assume maybe they were loose or something. I've got no rattles at all with mine. I've only tried it with the cloud wheels so far though, so it could be maybe linked to the 85mm wheels that come with it as well. But so far, no rattles, rides really nicely. I just bumped into a local kid who wanted to have a go. So of course I said, grab the remote, have a run. You might recognize him.
Oh,
Andrew Penman. What do you think?
wow, incredible. I just commandeered this from Scott. Welcome to Andrew Penman YouTube.
Oh, whoa.
Only kidding.
Scott Davis YouTube.
Scott Davies YouTube.
As far as speed, this is, I think, one of the biggest areas where this board could be improved. First and second speed mode on the remote, on that really nice M4 remote, is you could really give this to a beginner, which is, I think, is a fine. You could give this to a 6-year-old and they're not going to hurt themselves. There's no acceleration at all. It's very slow. We're getting 4 miles per hour. Which is fine. You can use that speed mode for learning to give it to the kids. And it's very slow getting there. Okay, speed mode 2 has a little bit more torque. Again, it's a very medium speed. This one is 8 miles per hour. Third and fourth speed has a lot more kick, a lot more torque. But again, that fourth speed mode, as you probably know, with my weight of 100 kilos, I top out with the Cloud Wheel 105s on, I top out at 20 miles per hour.
4. Let's hammer it. There's a few curves and bumps, but we'll see how we go. Speed mode 4, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Okay, that's 20 miles per hour.
Now, we'll summarize this at the end, but I think this is definitely an opportunity for this board. And I'll tell you what I think that is at the end. Now let's talk about, I guess, the most important thing, the ride quality. This thing goes really nicely. It's got a really nice carve. It's very responsive. You can see here at the beach, cobblestones, the Cloud Wheel 105s eat them up without a problem. Transitions to grass beautifully. It's just a really nice, fun board to ride. So guys, let's summarize the board with a SWOT analysis, as you know I like to do, the strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. So the strength of this board, there are quite a few. The strengths of this board, let's start at the top and work our way down. The trucks are really nice. The enclosures, beautiful quality. I haven't seen or heard of anyone cracking or breaking these. The deck is very, very nice. I do actually really like that deck on the board. Those 8 layers maple and 2 layers fiberglass, strong with a little bit of bounce. Really nice, good shape, very boosted-esque, I guess you'd say. Another strength are obviously those motors, those dual 900 watt boosted motors. They deliver good, precise, predictable power. I really like that. Even down to the little nose and tail protectors they put on these boards to protect the nose and tail, the little orange bit. It's really well thought out. Now, as far as weaknesses, there really aren't any weaknesses. I mean, it's a really nice board to ride. My one weakness I don't like is the battery plug cover. I know it's small and stupid. It protects it well, I'm sure, but it's an absolute nightmare to get back in. Every time, it's never just click. You got to fumble around and you got to really focus and try to get it in there, which just really annoys the crap out of me. Now let's move on to opportunities, and I think this is an area where we can really see this board go from good to great, or from good to awesome even. Now, first of all, I think the trucks could be a smidge wider, like just an inch. I'm pretty sure these are 7-inch. I think if you were to put 8-inch on this board, it would completely transform the ride style. Now, I'm not saying it's bad, but I think that little bit extra would really go, whoa. Whoa! The next opportunity, and it's a very obvious one, it's the ESC. This board, I think, suffers from the ESC. The Lingy 6.5 just isn't doing it justice. I would say it's kind of like putting a Volkswagen engine in a Porsche. Now that said, it's smooth, it's fine, it does 20 miles an hour. It's actually really, really nice to ride. But I think with today's technology, if we were to put the latest Hobbywing in there, so the new 9028, I think it is, don't quote me on that, the new Smart-esque, which will go straight into this, which I'm actually very tempted to test and try out in a couple of weeks once I've fully finished testing the board. I think this would really change the board. It would up the top speed, it would give it more power, it would just make this board all around, I think, a real winner. This is the biggest opportunity with this board, is to upgrade that ESC. And to finish off the SWOT, let's look at threats. Are there any threats on this board? No, there are no threats. Everything from speed 1 to speed 2, from being so user-friendly, it's not gonna hurt anyone, to that top speed of 20 miles per hour, again, you can comfortably sit on 20 on this board. The trucks are quite stable, they're not wobbly, no cutouts. I mean, Lingys are actually quite famous for being stable. That's one of their really big, I guess, benefits. Signal stability, so no loss of signal, the auto on, the adjustable brakes. That really is the three big, I guess, winners of that Lingy ESC. Nothing really more to say about the board. I can't wait to do the range test. Comment down below what you'd like me to do the range test on, because this board does come standard with the 105 red Cloud wheels and the 85mm boosted wheels. These wheels are beautiful. You would have seen them in the intro. Really nice, and I assume they could give a little bit more range, but these, I'm not sure. These wheels might also perform quite nicely. They're not that soft. So comment down below what wheel you'd like to see me do the range test on. All right guys, well that ends the video on the MEEPO NLS belt. There's not much more we need to say. I hope you've enjoyed this first look. If you have, please consider subscribing, chuck a thumbs up. Always helps with the YouTube algorithm, makes the video pop a little bit more. If you'd like to see some additional tests on this board, comment down below what you'd like to see. I'm happy to try to do anything within my means. So hill climb, shootouts, we're obviously doing the long range test and so on. And if there's any other boards you'd like me to try to get my hands on, also comment down below. I can always reach out to companies on your behalf and see what we can get to test. All right guys, thank you so much for watching. Skate safe, wear a helmet, and we'll see you on the next video.